Okay, so just to let you guys know as a disclaimer, this was originally supposed to be a chit chat get ready with me. That's why I was talking at the beginning, but I ended up just stopping halfway through. So I'm showing you guys my moisturizers that I use. I use the Gold Elements, the body butter, and then I also use the facial cream, and I also use Clinique's Dramatic Moisturizing Lotion. So to start off with that, I just dab one of the products all around, and then I rub that into my skin, and then I go in with the next one and I start that one. And I find doing this is easier for me because I don't like putting hella product on my face at one time, because that tends to take a longer time for me to get it into my skin, so I tend to try not to do that. Okay, so I put on the headband because I did not want to get any product on my edges. And now I'm showing you this weird primer. I don't know what it is. I know I got it from Sephora, but I know it's supposed to be for like extra dry skin. So I put that around my face and not too much in my T-zone because I am oily in my T-zone. So yeah, and then now I believe that I'll be going in with my color corrector. Yeah, so like I said, this definitely was supposed to be a chit chat get ready with me video. That's why I'm talking so much in the video. So yeah, so I did end up going in with my orange color corrector from LA Girl Pro Concealer. And I'm just putting that over all of my dark spots and my imperfections, mainly underneath my eyes because I have hella bags, and then around my mouth because that's where my eczema really kicks in. So then I take my stippling brush from e.l.f. It was only $1. I got it at the Dollar Tree. And I start blending it out a little bit more. And then I do go in with the smaller brush just to make sure it's blended out even better. But I think I like the stippling brush and then going in with the smaller brush because it kind of helps it like blend even more. I applied more product as I see was fit. And yeah, and then after this I am going to go in with my setting powder that I got from Ruby Kisses, and I'm going to set that just to make sure it doesn't move and just to make sure everything is seamless and is going the way that I want it to go. As you can see, I sprayed my brush with a little bit of my setting spray because I felt like it would help move the product a little more, and it definitely did. It helped a lot. So now you can see right now, as I said a few seconds ago, that is my setting powder, and I'm just making sure I set that color correction. I then start my eyebrows and I just spoolie them for just a little bit, and then I do go in with one of my darkest brown eyeshadows. I at the moment I don't have any eyebrow stuff. The spoolie you see me use, the other part is obviously gone, so I'm just lining the bottom, lining the top, and then I fill it in. If you guys want an eyebrow tutorial, please let me know. I'm not gonna go too much in depth on my eyebrow routine in this video because 9 times out of 10 I'll just end up making an eyebrow tutorial. So I did start to conceal my eyebrows after I got done with my eyebrows with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn. However, as you guys can see near the end, I started to put my charger in and then it just shut off. So I had to wait a long time for it to charge up a little bit just so I could finish the tutorial. But when I come back, you guys will see that I did sculpt out my brows. This is where it all goes downhill. So as my transitioning shade, I went into my Pierre Cosmetics palette, and then I took the shade Chocolate Tart. And you can use whatever transitioning shade. Note that whatever I use, you do not have to use. You can switch up whatever you need to switch up. Okay, and then to deepen my crease just a little bit, I ended up going into my ABH palette, the Modern Renaissance palette, and I took the raw sienna shade just to put it in my crease a little more, just to deepen it out. And in that same palette, I did go in with the Cyprus Umber, I believe that's how you say it. I did use that after the raw sienna just to deepen my crease even more. And as you can see right now, my lips was looking a little crusty, so I put on my Avon Electric Lip Gloss. I'm just blending that out just to make sure there are no harsh lines, and everything, like I said earlier, is blending seamlessly. And now I am going into that same Pierre Cosmetics palette, and I'm taking the color Noir, which is the black shade. So I'm pretty sure you guys can find dupes to that. It's a black shade, it's not too hard to find. I'm just putting that on the outer V of my eye, and I'm blending it a little inward towards my crease. And you have to make sure that you blend blacks out really good, because you don't want to walk around with a big blob of black at the end of your eye. Trust me, I've done it before, so I'm trying to let you guys know. So now I'm cutting my crease with my LA Girl Pro Concealer, and then I'm also going in with, like I said before, the Unknown Substance primer. I'm going to have to figure out what primer that is for you guys. But yeah, so I go in with that and I cut my crease. Now, I do want to apologize because You guys can barely see me cut my crease. I didn't notice it until like literally I started reviewing the footage, but it was kind of too late. Like right there you could kind of see, but as you can see I started going down a little more because my mirror was down. So I definitely do want to apologize for that, but there are plenty of videos on how to cut your crease, and I will link some below, the ones that I watched that helped me get started with it. So I should have put the tape on the corner of my eyes, but I didn't, so that's like my fault. So I ended up putting on there because I did want to do a wing liner, which you guys will see it didn't turn out how I wanted to, so I went in and did something else, but I'll explain when I cross that bridge. So now I'm digging into my Dior palette, and I'm taking the shimmery silver shade and I'm placing that all over the place where I put my concealer and my primer. And I'm doing this with a flat brush that I sprayed with some setting spray. And I do that so that it can pick up the product and it will be super pigmented, as you guys see right here. The key with that, even though I didn't put on my foundation yet, this is a real buttery and shimmery shade, so I did decide to just pat it down. I did sweep just a little bit, but it's better to pat it down because then you're getting a better color payoff versus when you sweep the product, especially if it's a shimmer. So just giving y'all a little bit of advice. So now I dig into my Morphe 35B palette and I'm showing you all the shades that I will be using. So I take the more shimmery blue shade. It's kind of hard to tell you what shade without showing it to you, and I wish that I would have showed you more of them, but I did take the more shimmery shade and I placed it on top of that. That was before I changed up the look that I was going for. So I put that all over my lid, and again, I'm so sorry. And then I took the darker blue shade and I put that near the black shade that I had put on my my eyes, just to give it like kind of a gradient effect. It's pretty much what I was going for. And then in the corner, I took more of like a turquoise color and I put that in my inner tear duct. The color payoff really didn't show that well. Well, right here it kind of did. And I did also add in a bit lime green at the end as well. Now right here, I'm going back in with that shade Noir and I'm just blending it out a little bit. I did not put a lot on my brush because I didn't want it to be too harsh. So starting the way that I should have started, you see that's the turquoise color that I'm talking about, and then I put the shimmery color in the middle, even though they're all going to be pretty shimmery because of the silver. and then I put the darker color on the outer side. And I know I didn't put a lot just yet, but you guys will see what I'm going to do. So I think the key with this is using smaller brushes, because then you can control where everything's gonna go. And another thing, I use the same brushes for all of the colors. So as you can see, if you really pay attention to the brush, it has literally all 3 colors on it. And I find that that helped me because it helped it blend in a little more. So I love the color payoff. And the Morphe 35B palette is super, super pigmented. Like, ugh, I just love it. So, again, I'm going back in with that Noir shade, and I'm even blending out the outer edge just a little more, just so I don't have to keep going into it. So now I take my Maybelline Precise black liquid liner. It didn't come out the way that I expected it to come out. I think it's because this one is getting old, and you know, there's probably not even any more product. Obviously there's a little product, but there's not as much as I would like. So what I did, just to make sure that I got that beautiful wing, I did go in with a pencil that you would typically do your eyebrows with, and I went into the Bella Pierre Cosmetics palette once again, and then I took the shade Noir, and I created my own wing with that, as you guys can see, and it came off very seamlessly, and it just looks so good. I'm actually going to start doing that more often, because it didn't bleed at all. Like, it worked very well. So for my foundation, the first foundation that I had put on my face was from Milani Cosmetics in the color Spiced Almond, and then I also put on my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color 335 Classic Tan. Okay, so now I am adding on my highlight. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn, and then I also use Warm Honey. You don't have to use 2 concealers for this. I just chose to do that because I like a bit dramatic look, especially with this dramatic eye, and mainly because they have 2 different undertones. Like, Fawn has more of like a cool undertone actually no, Fawn has more of a warm undertone, and Warm Honey has more of a cool yellowy type of undertone. So I definitely chose to use both of those. And then I will be blending that out with my Sigma foundation brush that I used to do my foundation with. And then to further blend it out, as you guys know, I will be using my all-time favorite fluffy brush, and I sprayed my foundation brush with a bit more of my setting spray. I do that because LA Girl Pro Concealer to me tends to dry a little fast on me, so just to keep it a little more moist, I like to add that in. setting my highlight with my setting powder, and I'm using the air spun powder from Walmart. It was only like 10 or 12 bucks. I don't really remember. I have a hard time remembering prices, but so yeah, I put that on every place that I highlighted. I didn't bake because, like I said, I am a pretty dry person except for in my T-zone, but I still just don't like to do that. Now I'm going in with my contour shade, and I'm just putting in the hollows of my cheeks. I already have pretty much high cheekbones, so I already have a line of where I should put it. So I'm just doing that with my LA Colors brush that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then I go back in with my fluffy brush and I blend that out just a bit more. And then I do also go back in with my Sigma contour brush, and then I spray that again with the setting spray. And I go back into that contour shade as I'm doing right now, just to deepen it up just a bit and to give me way more dimension than what I had at first. And I do that on my forehead as well. So now I am applying my lashes. I got my lashes from a site called Lash by London. I will leave a link to the website below. These lashes were $10 and they were in the style Innocent. They are 3D mink lashes and they work very, very good. I believe that at the moment she is actually kind of sold out of the lashes. However, I know she's going to be restocking pretty soon. And yeah, ladies, you must support each other's businesses, and especially black owned businesses. So I can't stress it enough. Definitely go get yourself a pair. And they were only $10 versus paying $20 for lashes that don't even last. And also, I will not be doing no type of eyelash tutorial. I'm just letting you guys know ahead of time because I'm not that good at my lashes. And it's kind of awkward doing lash tutorials. Oh, and also, I don't use regular lash glue on my lashes. I use hair glue because it works better for me. And you don't have to wait for it to dry and get tacky. You could just plop it on there. So now I'm taking that silver shade that I originally put on my cut crease and I'm putting that in the inner tear duct of my eyes. And I do this just to make my eyeshadow pop a little bit more. So then I also go into that same Dior palette and I grab the browner shade and I put that on the bottom of my lash line, my waterline I guess. And then I will be going into my Bella Pierre Cosmetics palette once again. And then I will be grabbing the shade Snowflake, which is the white shadow, and then I also put that on my waterline. I don't do it very harsh because I think that is a bit tacky, but I do like the white underline look, as long as it's not too harsh. So now I'm taking my NYX lip pencil in the shade Club Hopper, and I'm lining my lips with that. I will then go in with the ABH liquid lipstick, and it's a pretty light color. I believe it's Showstopper. If I'm wrong, I will definitely have everything listed in the description box below, but I chose to do a simple lip because the eye look is already super bold, so I just felt like it would just be unnecessary for me to have a super bold lip, so I definitely went more on the nude side. So now I'm going into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Palette, Glow Kit, whatever you want to call it. And I take the color Forever Young and I put that on my cheeks, on my nose. And I go in with my fluffy brush to blend that out a little more. I like putting a lot on and then blending it out because it makes the highlight look better. And then I also will be putting on some blush. I couldn't find my NARS blush, so I just decided to put on the blush that was next to my contour shade. And then I went back into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit and I chose to put Forever Lit on my brow bone. And Forever Lit is the more like blue shade, so I felt like that would look best on my brow bone. I did end up going back and contouring just a little bit more because I kind of wanted my face to look a little more warmer. Alright, hey you guys, so that concludes the end of this video. I hope that you guys liked it. Definitely let me know if you guys want me to do more makeup looks. I promise y'all I apologize for the quality of this video in advance because I feel like it didn't show pretty much all of the color payoff that is on my lids. If it did, then throw this whole comment in the trash. But yeah, I will be getting a new camera so that I can have better equipment for you guys. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.